again, we're still on P3. This is like the third or fourth video for P3, but this time we're looking at flowcharts. What is it? So again, we have our heading, flowcharts or flowchart. What is it? Why use it, or why is it important? Find your definition, reference it, put it in your own words, please. And always, always, always reference. I have a Google search here, and all you have to type in is flowchart. You can type in what is a flowchart, or what are flowcharts, or just flowcharts. This website here is a BBC bite-sized website, which again, just like the pseudocode one, it shows you how to actually use the flowchart, the symbols of a flowchart. Now, again, I've said here, I'm going to make a mistake somewhere. I might not, but again, ideally, you need to be able to review things. And the easiest way to review things properly is simply make a tiny, tiny mistake somewhere. And this is not good advice, I know. I admit that this is not great advice. Make a tiny mistake somewhere. Don't make the system super, super duper optimized. Don't make it super great, so that when you give it to someone to review it, they can pick up on one or two comments and be like, oh, maybe you should fix that, or fix this thing, or fix that. And then you have stuff to do for your assignment. Not great, but this is just how it is. All right, so flowchart. You can use PowerPoint again for flowcharts, and it would be exactly like we did before. You insert shapes, but I'm going to show you guys another tool that I use all the time. And this tool is called draw.io. I highly recommend this one, especially for people at uni, for people doing big diagrams. It's just really nice to use. So here I am on my Google Drive. I'm going to create a document. This is something that you have to add to your Google Drive, but if you just go to draw.io or click on the link in the description, I'll put it there. It will take you straight to your Google Drive. You choose it and you can start creating. I'm going to go to new. I have quite a few options here, but I don't need any of these options. I'm going to go down to more. When I go down to more, I have obviously more options. It's actually called diagrams.net. That's the one I like to use. Click on it there. It's going to load up with some stuff I need. I'm going to do blank diagram. You can choose flowchart as well, to be fair, and it will give you a nice flowchart template. But you know what? Let's choose flowchart. Let's see what happens. I've never actually clicked on it before. Click create. And let's see what comes up. I think it might give you some shapes already, so you can just copy and paste them. Yeah, I figured as much. So this is how a flowchart can look in some instances. I'm going to move this over to the right for now. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy and paste this one here. Can I change? Yeah, I can. If I click on this, again, you can do this in PowerPoint. It doesn't matter. If you look on the BBC Bite-Size website, if you check on YouTube, you'll see the shapes that you need. For me, I'm going to simply translate my pseudocode into flowchart. So my pseudocode was, let me scroll up. Well, true. Okay, so I'm just going to go start. So I'm going to copy this shape, or just click on the thing over here, actually. Click on that. It comes up with that. I'm going to double click inside of this to say start. Double click, START. This is how flowcharts normally begin. You just double click inside to get the start thing. Let me move this up a bit more. The next thing I'm going to have is while true. While true is not really a shape I can use. So I'm just going to go straight into my program. So the next stage is input. Check the value of the switch. Keep it stupid simple. The input is going to be this parallelogram here. Click on that once, it pops up here. So this is the shape for input and output at the same time. So you just need to specify which one you want to use. So I'm going to double click on that. I'm going to go to input, get switch value. I'm going to drag this out so it stretches out a bit. Shorten it, put it under here. I'm going to use, I know what, I like this arrow. So I'm going to copy that arrow. Can I move it? It's going to take long to move it. Okay. Just move the top part of it to there, attach it there. The bottom part I can attach somewhere here. Just move it until it attaches to the thing. Get switch value. So I'm going to get the value of the switch. Has the switch been pressed? If switch is off, yes, no, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to say, I'm going to use a diamond. The diamond is a decision. And I'm going to say switch value, or I can, once I get the switch value, I can decide. So I can click on this, drag it on here, switch on or switch off. That's all I'm going to put. Switch. Yeah. SWITCH, switch on or off. Now, normally this is a yes or no question, but again, this is more or less exactly the same thing. Double click there, get the arrow. Now, this can be a yes or this can be a no. If it's a no, if the switch is not on, ideally I want it to go back to the very top and start again. So I'm just going to move my mouse over the shape, and as you can see, 4 arrows pop up. I'm going to want the left arrow just because. Click on it, drag, click, hold, and drag, and it's going to automatically follow that line. Move it to where I want it connected, to the edge of the start, and that's it, I'm done. Then all I have to do is to move this outwards so it's still connected to the shape here. That's it. Maybe do an arrow for this one as well. Yep. If the switch value is no, it goes back there. So I can do text and I can say switch on no. That's what takes it back there. And I need to do switch on yes as well. Switch on yes, input check the value of the motion sensor next. All right, so switch on yes. I'm going to copy this again, or just click on the parallelogram again. This is going to be another input, so I'm going to label it input. Get value of motion sensor. Drag this out. Again, this can be done in PowerPoint. It does not need to be in this fancy program. I just like this program because it looks pretty. That's it done there. And then down here, I'm going to put yes. So copy and paste that. Move it down. Now I'm going to put yes. The switch is pressed. Get the value of the motion sensor. Now I'm going to do exactly this process again. Motion sensor on or off, motion sensor 0 or 1, motion sensor motion or no motion, whatever the case is. You can decide what you want. Copy it, put it down here. And I'm just going to say motion or no motion. Motion or no motion. That's it, done. Actually, I can just put motion. That should be fine. And I can say, yes, there is motion, or no, there is no motion. If there is no motion, I can return. I can go back to the very top of my program. So let me just drag this out a bit. So I can go move my mouse over the shape. Arrow comes up, click and hold. Drag, drag, drag. Bring it all the way up to here. And I can just drag this out so it's a bit neater. That's it. All right. That's if there is motion. Sorry, if there's no motion. So let me put a no here. Copy that because I'm lazy. Put that there for no. And I'm going to put a yes. I don't know. Let's put the yes. It's getting a bit long. So let's put the yes somewhere over here maybe. If there is motion, then I can turn my LEDs on, turn them off, all of that stuff. So I'm going to do a yes, but I'm going to first do this. So I can say LEDs on. I'm going to do them as individual boxes just because, right? This is another thing I can do in my review. I can say this is not very neat. I can improve this. Buzzer on. Then I can also send email. And I can also send text message. I believe that's all I need. So I'm just going to put these over here. And there's supposed to be an end as well. So for end, I copy the start, put it down here. Oh, went too far up. And I'm going to label this end. This is typically how you do flowchart. Sorry. I'm going to click here, draw this to over here. Well, let's draw this down and out. Do the same thing for this again. And do it for that one. So each of these has their own thing. They're their own arrow coming from that. I'm going to do that one. This one as well. Send text message. Let's drag this all the way down. And we should, not the neatest thing in the world, but hey, it works. That's the main thing, right? This is how the system should look. And after all this is done, so all of these are outputs. I should have labeled them output. Ideally, OUT, PUT, output at the beginning of the thing. So to indicate, because it's the same shape for input and output, normally you're supposed to say which one it is. Again, if you leave these off, that's probably better to leave them off for the first time, because then when you have someone review, they can say, actually, are these inputs or outputs? Because it's the same shape. I'm not sure which one it is. Output. And we can leave it as that. And after all of that, we can go back to end, because this actually goes in a flow. This is not the best way to do it, but again, I'm just doing it janky, as you kids say, for now, so that I can fix it later on. And then I'm going to draw this down here and put end. And this is my flowchart. Now again, just like before, I can save it as a PNG. This is on Google Drive, so it's saving itself automatically. All I'm going to do is go to File, go to Export As. I'm going to choose PNG again. It's going to do all this stuff, include a copy of my diagram. Let's leave that out for now. Go to Export, and I'm going to choose Device, and it should start downloading. Yep, so now all I have to do is go to my Downloads folder. Once I'm in my Downloads folder, I can simply drag and drop this into Word, or I can do what I did before, which is to click into here, go to Insert, go to the arrow on the picture, go to this device, choose Downloads, and click on the image I just downloaded, Insert, and boom, I have my flowchart. So that's everything kind of done for P3 except for the circuit diagram. Now I need to design a circuit diagram to show how everything is going to be connected, or how everything should be connected.